including a stint working for the U.S. Catholic bishops. Russell was a native of Washington, D.C. He attended Gonzaga and Georgetown University, the author of over 20 books, many on ethics and moral theology. Shaw was soft-spoken and erudite. He was a frequent guest on The World Over, really from its inception 30 years ago. Our prayers go out to the Shaw family for his loss, and may Russell Shaw rest in peace. That is all the time we have for this week. Be sure to catch us next week. Until then, we'll be scouting the world over for all that is seen and unseen. On behalf of the staff and crew of EWTN News, thanks for watching. I'm Raymond Arroyo. Bye now.
Join EWTN News as we celebrate life and why life is a gift.
EWTN News is the only news source that will bring you continuous live coverage of this powerful testimony of faith, courage, and commitment to the sanctity of life.
We'll cover every angle of this historic event as thousands come together to celebrate that life is a gift.
Live coverage begins Thursday, January 22nd with the opening Mass and Holy Hour of the National Prayer Vigil for Life, and continues on Friday, January 23rd with the closing Mass of the National Prayer Vigil for Life.
Then stay tuned as our coverage moves to the National Mall for the March for Life. We'll close the day with the Life Fest Mass with the Sisters of Life.
Remember, we're here to defend the inherent dignity of every human being. This is why we march for life.
Coverage begins Thursday, January 22nd, here on the Global Catholic Network, EWTN. EWTN. Live truth. Live Catholic.
I'm Veronica Dudo. Tonight on EWTN News Nightly, Minnesota on edge. Police confront protesters in Minneapolis after a deadly shooting as reaction pours in from Capitol Hill and even the Catholic Church. Looking ahead, what the Pope's first consistory is telling us about what lies in store for his papacy. Plus, hitting the road, we talk to the president of the National Eucharistic Congress about the upcoming Eucharistic pilgrimage. These stories and more tonight.
From EWTN, the Global Catholic Network, this is EWTN News Nightly.
Thank you for being with us on the feast day of Saint Thorfinn. Our top story tonight. A shooting involving an consistory of cardinals comes to an end. We learn what it means for the church. And the National Eucharistic Pilgrimage is back with a new route, why this year's journey is different.
We are in a society that wants to have a new race, and everything which does not fit into the perfect image of what that race would be today has to be eliminated.
No, it's not too much to sum up. I killed people.
One of the problems in the push for euthanasia and assisted suicide is that an unspoken assumption is that a person's right to be alive depends upon how well they function. Once we move in that direction, we're entering into a very dangerous type of society.
Gracie, as pro-lifers, we often hear arguments about the real burden pregnancy can impose upon women. Very real burdens, that it might interfere with their careers, or their schooling, or their family life. How do we address these issues?
Well, it's very true that having a baby can be terribly inconvenient, but when did it become okay to kill a living person simply because we feel we can't afford her, or because the child might interfere with our personal plans? If it's unacceptable to kill a living baby the minute after she's born because she's a burden, then it's also unacceptable to kill her before she's born.
Absolutely, because being a burden on someone is never justification for killing them. I like to say that solutions based on killing innocent living human beings are never okay.
Today, the first extraordinary consistory of Pope Leo's papacy has come to an end. This morning, the Holy Father opened the second day of the gathering by presiding over Mass on the road again. The National Eucharistic Pilgrimage announces this year's new route. Will it pass through your diocese? Plus, the Pope launches a new prayer initiative via social media. Learn how you can get involved.
Look who's stopping by at home with Jim and Joy. Next time, Marketing Director for Biking and Babies, Sarah Weiss, shows how cycling can help support pregnancy resource centers and other pro-life outreaches. At home with Jim and Joy, here on the Global Catholic Network, EWTN.
The year 354 A.D. Aurelius Augustinus Hipponensis is born in North Africa. Intellectually gifted and in search of truth, he is introduced to Manichaeism, a false religion combining paganism, Gnosticism, and Christianity. Manichaean beliefs dull his conscience and enable an immoral lifestyle marked by excessive drinking and a non-marital relationship. At the young age of 20, the young Augustine, as he is known, finishes his academic studies in Carthage and becomes a professor of rhetoric. Inner turmoil drives him to Milan, where he meets Ambrose, Bishop of Milan. The Christian content and rhetorical brilliance of Ambrose's sermons amaze and deeply impress Augustine. In 386 A.D., Augustine converts to Christianity, aided by his mother Monica's unceasing prayers. In 391 A.D., he is ordained a priest and later elected Bishop of Hippo. Augustine dies in 430 and is canonized in 1303.
It's where heaven touches earth. Silence becomes song. And the humble encounter the most holy. Litanies from the shrine of the most blessed sacrament. The chaplet of the Divine Mercy. The Holy Rosary with Mother Angelica, Stations of the Cross, Daily Mass, and more, with the angels and saints all joining your adoration to the Lord Most High. Find your daily liturgies and devotionals on the Global Catholic Network. EWTN. Live truth. Live Catholic.
One Nation Under God, that's the theme for the 2026 National Eucharistic Pilgrimage with Facebook, X, YouTube, and Instagram at EWTN News Nightly. I'm Veronica Dudo. Good night and God bless.
Hello, family. I'm Montse Alvarado, president of EWTN News. Join us as we celebrate life and why life is a gift. EWTN News is the only news source bringing you continuous live coverage of these powerful pro-life events as thousands come together to proclaim the importance and the beauty of life. Our coverage begins Thursday, January 22nd with the opening Mass and Holy Hour of the National Prayer Vigil for Life, continuing Friday morning with the closing Mass, and then live from the National Mall for the March for Life, ending with the Life Fest Mass with the Sisters of Life. Then on Saturday, January 24th, we head west, live from San Francisco for the Walk for Life West Coast. Join us as we together in faith and truth, boldly proclaiming that every life is a gift.
Go to EWTNnews.com/pro-life for more information.
Today I was taken up to heaven in spirit, where I saw inconceivable beauties and the happiness that awaits us after death.
My child, happiness in heaven is constant and forever new. The source of happiness is unchanging in its essence. It is always new, gushing forth happiness for all its creatures. Know that all the beauty you have seen in nature is nothing compared to the beauty and joy of heaven and what I've prepared for those who love me.
Our Lord has revealed to me that we should often think of heaven. There are different degrees of happiness in heaven. Every soul will be beautiful, but many souls will shine more glorious than others. St. Paul has said it best. Eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man what God has prepared for those who love him.
Although he was a son, he learned obedience through what he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the source of eternal salvation to all who obey him. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 8.
EWTN. Live true. Live Catholic.
Hello and welcome to EWTN Pro-Life Weekly. I'm your host, Abigail Galvan. Pro-Life Puerto Rico.
Puerto Ricans are very happy. They're embracing it. And I think, what a great way to start, the year with this law.
Analysis of a major development for the unborn in the Caribbean island. Don't bet on it. Pope Leo reminds the faithful of the dangers of gambling. Plus, defunding Planned Parenthood. New developments in President Trump's battle against the abortion giant. Puerto Rico enacts a law that identifies unborn babies